Hello, a very good morning to all students. Here in this session, we people are going to learn introductory part regarding corporate accounting. Now, as you are looking here, I have written some points on the blackboard that introduction to corporate accounting, to corporate company for business, whatever we can say, then share capital, then after equity share capital and preference share capital. So this is how a company is an association of person formed to earn profit. Whatever business that you people are observing, business like a sole trader, partnership firm, Hindu undivided family. Likewise, here we have joint stock company. See, joint stock company is somewhat different from these organizations, because here in the joint stock company, there are minimum 2 people are required in order to start or in order to register that company, and maximum 50% or 50 members are there. Its a capital is collected or raised or formed by issuing shares in the public. Now, to raise capital, a company required to follow some procedures. According to Indian Companies Act 1956, a share capital of a joint stock company is nothing but where the capital which is collected by issuing shares. You might have studied capital of the sole trading concern, partnership firm. It was just money. We can say capital is nothing but goods or any other assets which is invested by the proprietor in his or her business is called capital. Capital is very essential. As you might have studied in your financial accounting, various types of capital, fixed capital and current capital. Both capital are very crucial in order to carry out day-to-day business activities of a particular business organization. Capital is the blood. Likewise in the human body, money or capital plays an important role as like blood circulation in human body and in the business. Without money, it is not possible to run business, and this is how money is the blood of a business, and that money of that joint stock company or share capital of the joint stock company is collected by issuing shares in the public. The members of that company brings their capital or money and contribute in the share capital and accordingly start the business. The basic intention of any business is what? Maximization of profit. Company is created by law. It is an artificial person. We people are natural person, whereas company is an artificial person. A joint stock company is separated from its members, those people who have established that firm, but it is separated from those members. As we have learned in basic or fundamental accounting, basic concepts of accounting, where you will find that there is a business entity concept. That concept postulates that business is separate from its business owner. So this is how a company can carry out its business transaction on its own name. Means here company is separated from its business owner. And here we are going to learn company's final account, where corporate account. It is all about accounting point of view. You might have studied company's foundation, introduction part regarding companies. Now we are going to discuss about share capital. Share capital is the capital which is collected by the joint stock company by issuing shares in the public. Now shares is nothing but a small portion of the share capital. Its value may be for 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50, 100, maybe for 500 rupees or 1000 rupees likewise. To collect the share capital, a company need to follow a procedure. That procedure we are going to discuss in our next lecture. Here in this lecture, only these 2 points we are going to discuss. The first one is here, equity share capital. As far as company share capital is concerned, we should take into consideration there are 2 types of capital, 2 types of share capital of a company. These are equity share capital and preference share capital. Now first of all we are going to discuss about equity share capital. Equity share capital means the share capital which do not have a preferential right, means those people who are purchasing the shares, that equity shareholders are the real owner of business organization, means they do not given any preferential rights, they are not entitled to receive dividend before the preferential holders. If a company is suffering the loss, they cannot receive their dividend, even they will not be entitled to refund their money. They are the, what we can say, real owner of business organization, they bear all the loss of that company. And this is how once a company generates profit or will incur profit, and after making the payment to all debenture holders, preferential holders, whatever depositors are there. So this is how there is a hierarchy, and once the payment is made to that hierarchy or that, or according to that order, then a company can pay dividend or whatever portion of that profit a company wants to pay that equity shareholders. But remember, equity shareholders are the real owner of that organization. They are the shareholders who can interrupt any business activities of that joint stock company. They secure the rights to voting and participate in any kind of meeting of that joint stock company. Now let us see a preferential share capital. This is the share capital which is not equity share capital. While issuing such shares to the public, it is made entitled to receive dividend and their money as and when they demand. They are entitled to receive dividend before the equity shareholders, and while issuing their shares or investing their money, share capital, they are entitled to receive dividend. A fixed rate of dividend is there, and after completion of the period, a stipulated period is there, and maybe 2 years, 5 years or 10 years, money is refunded to them. As we are discussing about company share capital, so here some points are there. Registered, nominal or authorized share capital. Now registered capital is the capital where while registering company with the registry office, The capital which is registered at the time of registering a company is called registered capital, nominal or authorized capital. It is the maximum amount of the share capital a company can raise in its whole life, and it is also mentioned in the company's memorandum of association. Now here various, I think there are 6 clauses in the memorandum of association of a company where the capital clause is there, name clause is there, address clause is there, capital clause, I think objective clause is there. So this is how one more capital clause is there, and accordingly in that capital clause registered capital is mentioned. Now here second, issued share capital. So whatever portion of that registered capital is issued in the public for subscription is called a issued capital. Means here that whole registered capital is not issued for subscription in the public, only part of that registered capital is issued in the public for subscription, and that capital is to be said as issued capital. Now next one is subscribed share capital. So look at here, subscribed capital is the capital or the portion of that issued capital which is being subscribed by the people. Having here called up capital. Now called up capital is the capital, means a company actually does not necessarily require full amount of that capital. So this is how company made some parts, some subsequently maybe application money, allotment money, first call, second call, final call. So this is how step by step a company used to collect money on the called up capital. Now here we are having paid up capital. Actually when the company is calling money, so actually the whole shareholders will not be able to make the payment. So therefore how much the capital is paid up to the company, that is what is nothing but the paid up capital. It is the money that actually received from the shareholders to the company. So that is what paid up capital. Now next one, uncalled share capital. So uncalled share capital means that share capital, that money which company has not been received from the shareholders. Company was demanding money, but the shareholders were unable to make the payment, and this is how, due to some reasons, company has not received that money. So that money is called as uncalled share of capital. Reserve share capital. Actually, it is a public limited company point of view. By passing a special resolution, a part of share capital which has not been called off or not capable to call off from the shareholders useful at the time of winding up a company. So a reserve capital plays an important role at the time of winding up or dissolution of the company or liquidating a joint stock company. So this is how we are having various types of share capital in the joint stock of company. Now in our next lecture we are going to discuss about the procedure of issuing share capital